What's really good? It's your boy Spider-Man, aka D-Man. Your man. I'm sitting here with my sister, my day one, the one who holds it down for me, my co-host, Daria. Say what's up, Daria.
What's up, guys?
And welcome to another edition of the Smash Pay-Per-View Prediction Special. If this is your first time coming around, this is where the folks of HEELKAIJU give you their insights and updates on any of the new feuds leading up to the next pay-per-view. This one, we are doing it for Hell in a Cell. No, hold on one second. Let me get my Vince McMahon voice going. Hell in a Cell. Sounds about right, right?
No, just shut it down. We're not doing that.
Tonight we're joined by our guest, King Dead, the indomitable, there you go, undefeatable hero, King Dead. Say what's up.
What's up?
There we go. See, we're already starting off on a fun note. As I said, we are going to be giving you the picks and predictions for Hell in a Cell. And right now, Raw and SmackDown, for the first time in a long time, both after having such a great showing at SummerSlam, even though being overshadowed by TakeOver, we are limping our way into Hell in a Cell with both shows just giving us absolutely freaking nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna take that limping literally.
Yeah, like seriously, it was bad. It was really bad. Monday and Tuesday both sucked. But we're going to give you our predictions for Hell in a Cell. And tonight we're going to start off with probably the weirdest one of the bunch, the weirdest match of the bunch. It is Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, the Raw Tag Team Champions, versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. On paper, this is a great match and would be amazing to see, but the execution just made absolutely no sense. Dolph and Drew managed to get a tag team match not by defeating anybody in particular, just by beating down the Revival and just inserting themselves into a championship tag match on an edition of Raw, winning, and okay, they're the champions now. And in much the same way, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose somehow just has the first blow, well, technically the second one because the B team got their rematch clause, but still gets their first chance at a pay-per-view at the Raw Tag Team titles. This feud is good, but it sucks.
Yeah, it's no fire. I'm just gonna have to break down and say this because it probably doesn't make sense now, but it made sense in my head. I'm indifferent as far as to being excited about this pay-per-view. If it makes any sense at all.
I'm in full agreement. So let's just run through this one.
Yeah.
King Dead, who do you have? Dolph and Drew versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
I mean, I'm still annoyed how the Revival got a snub like crazy just to set up this whole thing.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I have no clue how this is going to go. I'm going to say Dolph and Drew.
D. We're just running through this.
Probably Dolph and Drew over some BS, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I'm with you. The Revival should have gotten... The Revival deserves more respect than what they're getting right now in the tag team division. To really be just leapfrogged by these two teams. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Truth be told, I say Dolph and Drew retain. I say they win the match by a technicality, but this is too ripe for the Revival just to say forget it and just clean up house at the beginning of this pay-per-view, because that's the only thing. That's the only way that they can save face, because they have been punked. They have been punked completely by Dolph and Drew, and there's been no real repercussion.
No, and let's say Seth, Roman, and Dean were arrested on Labor Day. Oh, FYI, you can now get out of jail on a holiday
on Labor Day.
No judges.
With no judges.
Just FYI.
We're not going to talk about the past two Raws, because holy crap, that hurts my brain. We're going to move on to a match that actually freaking matters, and I'm actually excited for. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Now, see, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, tea time, have been like friends for at least the past. Matter of fact, ever since Charlotte's been on SmackDown, Becky and Charlotte have been bosom buddies, if I could say that. And for that duration of time, Becky's been kind of taking a back seat in the title picture. And the one time she gets a chance, Charlotte somehow just manages to insert herself and put herself in the title match at SummerSlam, making it a triple threat match and winning the championship. Now, if I'm Becky, I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
I would be royally pissed. And we have seen fire. We have seen fire out of Becky, and I have absolutely been loving it. Matter of fact, on JR's podcast, I believe, he was saying that Becky Lynch's role in all of this is not to be a babyface, not to be a heel, but basically to take up the role as a Stone Cold Steve Austin kind of character. And I'm with that because, yeah, that's what Becky deserves. That's what Becky deserves. So the only other thing I have to say on this is I'm honestly disappointed that this isn't a Hell in a Cell match. But
yeah,
that disappointment aside, King Dead, who do you have? Becky versus Charlotte.
I mean, this is a tough call just because I know who I want to win, and I know who will likely win are two different things. But I'm gonna say Charlotte wins via some questionable underhandedness. This ain't over though.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
I am gonna have to agree with King Dead because, yeah, I'm like him. Like, Becky should win, and she's angry and hungry enough to win. And let's keep it real, she deserves it. But then again, Charlotte.
She is
question mark, right? Charlotte question mark. So there you go.
So you're gonna go with Charlotte?
Yeah.
With the shrug?
Yeah.
I want Becky. I want Becky so bad. Becky deserves this win. Becky, the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion, she deserves this win. She has been on a tear. She's pretty much been undefeated since, the beginning of the summer. I think.
Yeah, I mean, she actually has earned her opportunity.
Exactly,
yeah.
She has.
So, I can understand the fire. I want Becky to win.
Right, but Charlotte,
I'm afraid
Flair.
that if she wins, they might end up hot-shotting the title.
Yeah.
So, it might take until Evolution, or maybe the pay-per-view after that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that happens in October, so it's just a month.
Okay.
So it might take until Evolution for us to see Becky hold the title over her head. But it's through no fault of her own. I'm thinking that Charlotte exploits something in Becky's offense or defense and ends up getting the win out of that. I think she wins clean. I don't think it's going to be too underhanded.
I think there'll be something going on there.
I was about to say,
you do?
Again,
it's going to end in some sort of controversy.
Okay.
Charlotte question mark. That was why I said that.
You know what? I'll take that too. I'll take either result. I'll take either one. Just as long as it's not like Charlotte winning in a way that makes her look incredibly strong and Becky look like an idiot. I'm perfectly fine with Becky taking the loss.
I don't think they're gonna do it like that, but then again,
do you know which company we're talking about here?
Yes, I do. Perfectly do.
So we got 3 for Charlotte. Yeah. We're going to move on to probably the weirdest one of all, just because of the damn incidents between them. Because if I have to see one more god dang video of Randy Orton sticking his finger into the gauge hole of Jeff Hardy's ear one more time.
Yeah.
If I have to see that one more damn time, I will have to give y'all the bill to the people counseling me. Y'all gonna have to pay for that because that's not traumatizing. It's just it's skeevy. It's skeevy.
It's unnecessary.
And it's unnecessary. Thank you. If this is what it takes for Randy Orton to get some fire under his belly to actually care about a feud, I don't want it. I don't want to go to Global Force, go to TNA, go somewhere else, but don't be sticking your finger in people's ear holes, man. It's nasty.
Okay.
And honestly, that's the crux of the whole feud. Randy Orton sticking his finger in Jeff Hardy's holes. That's somebody's fanfic out there. I don't want to get into it.
Okay, yeah.
So this is just a match. This is just a match. So King Dead, who you got? Hardy, Orton.
This one's just a weird one just because it's hard to get invested in a Randy Orton match. But at the same time, they're both allowed to do a sheer level of brutality that, like, you know, both obviously want to be involved with. I'm going to say Jeff gets it.
All right.
He's hungry.
Yeah, I go with Jeff.
I forgot to say, this is my bad. My B.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Hell in a Cell match. It's Jeff Hardy's first ever Hell in a Cell match, which is surprising as hell to me, considering how old Hell in a Cell is and how long Jeff and the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian and the Dudleys have been around. They haven't had a Hell in a Cell match. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow, I can't believe they haven't done that. So let's see. Jeff Hardy comes back and he breaks the record for most unique title reigns with 9. I honestly think that if you're going to have him come back to have this match, he's going to have to win it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to, that's the only thing that makes any actual sense.
Yeah.
And since it's not like Jeff Hardy against some young, upstart, hungry talent, I don't think Randy Orton needs a win.
Not
Like, really nobody. This matchup doesn't need to happen.
Doesn't even need the win, but okay.
Yeah, it's like this matchup really doesn't need to happen. But, you know, if it gets Jeff on the card, if it gets us to see a Hell in a Cell match, as long as it doesn't involve Jeff diving off the top of the damn, it's gonna involve Jeff diving off the top of the damn cell.
It's gonna
Son
happen.
of a bitch. Jeff Hardy. Moving on. The Raw Women's Championship match, a rematch. A rematch, I guess you could say, because Alexa got her ass handed to her during SummerSlam. I don't know what this match is trying to do.
I don't even care. I'm sorry. I don't.
I honestly don't know what this match is trying to do because, like, Alexa Bliss got sunned so hard during SummerSlam that, like, you know, it wasn't like, oh man, if she did one or two things different, she could have had Ronda on the ropes. She got completely dismantled. Yeah. And I would have thought, you know, Alexa would have disappeared for a bit and we found somebody else to take her place. Or we just didn't have the Raw Women's Championship disputed on the next pay-per-view. But here we are, Ronda versus Alexa Bliss. There's nothing more to say aside from rematch. So, King Dead, who do you got?
Yeah.
Damn.
I just don't want to think about the idea of Alexa winning yet again, so I'm going to say Ronda.
It's okay. Okay, I'm going to hold my thoughts to myself. I'm a woman. Your turn.
I'm going to just go with Ronda. Why? Because I don't really give a rat's poop.
Gonna have her phone go off during the middle of our broadcast.
It's a phone watch.
Gonna have her phone watch go off.
I'm still trying to navigate it. My apologies.
Still trying to learn how to use the damn thing.
Yes, I am.
Jesus. Okay, so it's not that Alexa's bad in any particular situation. It really isn't. She's still kind of in the ring, not incredibly exciting. She's great on the mic. She plays a great heel. I think the problem is, though, they've had her win against people who should completely destroy her, and it's made it hard to really, like, care about her matches. It really has. Like, she has not had a match against somebody who she should have lost with and won in an interesting way to convince us that they give a damn about Alexa Bliss. Instead, they just said, okay, you're just going to get a win. You're going to get a win against Nia Jax. You're going to get a win against Ronda Rousey, possibly. And you're not going to do it in a way that shows your strengths. And that's kind of the big problem with where Alexa Bliss is and with who her opponents have been. Because of that, I don't think that they were going to have Ronda Rousey lose. I honestly don't think they're going to have her lose. And I don't see what they're going to do to change Alexa Bliss in any meaningful way that will make this match entertaining. I think it's just going to be a retread of what happened at SummerSlam. unless they manage to pull out like Trish Stratus or something and have her, distract Ronda Rousey for no reason. I don't know. I don't know.
Would that make any sense? I mean, I know they'll. I don't know. You know what? I don't know.
I mean, like, the only other person I think that could come out there and make this match interesting is if, like, Shayna Baszler popped up out of nowhere and distracted the hell out of Ronda Rousey. Like, it doesn't make sense, but at least it'd be entertaining. It would be entertaining. It would be. It would get people talking.
Yeah, I would love to see Ronda and Shayna wrestle. Now that
would be a good match.
That's a conversation.
Shayna's been kicking ass. Ronda has been showing her ass off in the ring. So, yeah. But see, we're talking about other matches. We're talking about fantasy booking versus this match. So forget it. 3 for Ronda.
Yeah, moving on. Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman.
Moving on to what has been the most squandered storyline in probably wrestling history, aside from Booker T, Triple H at WrestleMania. Like, this they squandered the hell out of Roman versus Braun. This has gone back at least a good year and a half, maybe 2 years, with Braun saying, "I'm not finished with you," flipping trucks over, flipping ambulances over, just beating the absolute hell out of Roman Reigns, and going from being this monster heel to being a face that everybody has wanted to see just catch Roman Reigns. And then out of nowhere, they give him the briefcase, which I thought was the biggest mistake, because Braun didn't need a briefcase, but they give him the briefcase, and he was the monster in the bank. And he just treaded water with that junk. He treaded water with it. And then out of nowhere, after Roman wins, Braun stands up like a man and says, "I'm going to put my briefcase on the line in front of your face. I'm not going to come up behind you while you're all bedraggled and beaten down. I want you to know that I'm coming." And everybody cheered that. It was a great thing.
Yeah.
And then the Shield come back, triple powerbomb him, and they must have triple powerbombed him and flipped the switch, and now he's back to being a heel, but not a monster heel. He's a shit heel. That's what's happening right now with Braun Strowman. It went from, I'm putting it on the line at Hell in a Cell, to now I need to team up, not with just Drew and Dolph, but the rest of the heels in the locker room to beat you all down. The same Braun Strowman that flips over shit just for the love of it is now teaming up with people just to beat down the Shield. In my opinion, the Shield are the heels in this one. Braun has done everything right, and they're treating him like the bad guy. And they completely ruined what could have been the most hype thing ever. With Braun versus Roman. Yes, we would have known what the outcome was. We don't care. It would have been a great match. It would have been an actual Universal title match on a pay-per-view without having to pull teeth from Brock Lesnar just to get him to show up. That would have just been good enough for me. Anyway, I'm done rambling. King Dad, who you got?
I mean, it just seems pointless to have that whole, evil alliance of Braun, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler if something doesn't come of it. And I think that something should definitely be them all holding gold. So I'm going to say Braun wins it.
Ooh.
It's a rare occurrence when a Money in the Bank holder doesn't win the belt. Baron Corbin. But
I was about to say, really?
I don't think we're going 2 for 2.
Yeah, you got a point there. Daria.
Yeah, I agree, Braun.
Wow. 2 for 2 for Braun.
Yeah.
Damn it. Damian Sandow. Okay, so it's Damian Sandow, John Cena, and Baron Corbin. I think those are the 3 names that didn't succeed in cashing in Money in the Bank. Those are our 3. The whole point of Money in the Bank is for it to have this mystique of completely transforming somebody's career, and you succeed with it. If the Money in the Bank briefcase holder only has like a 60% chance of succeeding in their cash in, then what's the point of having the Money in the Bank? Yeah. It needs to be a damn near sure thing. And that's the problem that they're going to run into when they're dealing with Braun versus Roman.
Right.
That's going to be the biggest problem, because on the one hand, Roman needs to look strong. And yes, it's a trope by now. It's a meme. I get it. But like Roman, no matter how you feel about him, he kind of deserves to have a run with the title that is unmarred by controversy. That is unmarred by a losing record. That's the one hand. The other hand, you need to have Braun Strowman as the Money in the Bank briefcase holder beat Roman Reigns. It needs to happen. So I'm trying to figure out which one outweighs the other. And I honestly think Braun should get the win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Y'all convince me. It should be Braun.
Mm-hmm.
It should be Braun. We're going to move on to our SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. And another chance for a very happy Rusev Day. New Day versus Rusev Day. It's the battle of the days. The battle of the calendars. Rusev Day winning a 6-team tournament?
6? Yeah.
Would you call it a tournament?
It was kind of like, a qualifier.
Okay, a qualifier. It was 16, beating out 5 other teams to get the chance to face off against the New Day at Hell in a Cell for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. There's nothing more to say beyond that. New Day and Rusev Day should be a phenomenal match. King Dead, who you got? Katie?
Oh, geez. This is hard because... No, I mean, this is hard. New Day just recently won the titles, but at the same time, Rusev Day has been on a bit of a hot streak, and it seems like, all is going right with them finally.
Finally.
Everything's clicking, everything's moving. I mean, New Day is New Day. They don't really need titles at this point in their careers. I mean, they need, singles gold, I'd prefer. At the same time, Rusev Day is, been doing some fun stuff, and it's it's such a change from what we have been getting. I would like to see them win, and I say that they do have that chance. So I'm going to say Rusev Day.
Rusev Day! Daria, who you got?
I'm going to have to go with the New Day.
Ooh.
New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Sing it, D.
No. I'm good.
You
want to know why?
Fun sucker.
You want to know
You
why
suck the
I'm
fun
not
out of
singing? You
everything.
want to know why I'm not singing it?
Because you're going for Rusev Day.
Rusev Day! One more time. I got to go with the Rusev Day. Mainly because Aiden English, it's weird because everybody knows Rusev is good. Aiden English has honestly been surprising. Well, not really surprising me, but he's been doing a damn good job in the ring. That match that he had with Rusev against the Bar, he was probably the MVP of the match in terms of putting on an amazing show. And I want to see him do that with gold around his waist. I can't remember, did the Vaudevillains have the NXT titles before? I think they did. I want to say they did. I'm not 100% sure. But Rusev Day, out of the two teams, New Day versus Rusev Day definitively needs the titles. New Day doesn't.
No, they don't.
New Day doesn't.
I just want them to win.
New Day is entertaining without them. They have a place on the show without them. They can do a whole bunch of other stuff. They can still feud with Sanity, probably give Sanity the rub and make them look amazing.
Yeah.
They can go back and feud with the Usos, and that feud doesn't need the title surrounding it. So New Day has way more ahead of them versus Rusev Day. If Rusev Day fails, they're still going to be chasing gold. They're going to be chasing their first gold. New Day has had their 5th. They're good.
Isn't this 6?
No, if they lose it and win it again, that'll be 6. This is their 5th.
Okay.
This is their 5th. So yeah, Rusev Day for my pick. We only got 2 more matches left, so let's get through this. Let's get through this.
But we are missing one match.
No, we aren't.
We are.
What match?
We are missing Triple H.
No, that's at
the Super Show.
Yeah, that's at the Super Show now.
What the crap is that?
That's the Australia event.
Yeah, that's the event in Australia.
So it's not Hell in a Cell?
No.
So we are watching this Move on, D. Move on.
Oh my God. Moving on to AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. This one has gotten personal and creepily so. With Samoa Joe saying, "Oh, Wendy!"
God. And has a storybook.
And had a whole ass animated storybook.
Oh God.
That he read to the fans last Tuesday. That is weird and creepy. Joe, stop it. I don't want this anymore. Jesus Christ.
It's creepy.
But yeah, Joe has been bringing AJ Styles' family into this, like completely. Not his whole family, though. Just his wife and his daughter. Forget the rest of them kids, apparently. He just wants the wife and the daughter. I don't understand that. Like, he could, like, if Joe ran down everybody else's names, I'd understand it. But it's just like, no, just your wife and your daughter.
That's it.
Just that. It's creepy. But Samoa Joe has been getting in AJ Styles' head, and AJ has not really gotten a chance to get back at Joe each and every time.
I'm kind of disappointed with it because Joe is like bringing it, and AJ can bring it. But what the crap is going on right now?
I think he's holding off until Hell in a Cell. I think that's what he's doing.
I hope so.
Which it makes sense to me, but at the same time, I'm cool. I'm cool with AJ just taking a back burner, letting Samoa Joe do all of this.
Yeah.
Because Joe.
AJ actually
I think this is Joe's biggest feud on the main roster.
Yeah, it is. That's why I said AJ doesn't really need it. Yeah. Samoa does.
Yeah. So anyway, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, King Dead, who you got?
This is a tough one just because AJ's been on a hell of a streak. But at the same time, I mean, Samoa Joe's out for blood, obviously. I'm going to say... Well, it's just a regular match. I'm going to say it probably ends in a DQ of some sort. So I'm going to say AJ retains.
Ooh. AJ retains. Also, this is also not a Hell in a Cell match. What the hell, Hell in a Cell?
I know.
What the hell?
Let me go ahead and give my prediction so we can move on. I'm going to go with AJ.
All right, AJ gets the win.
Yeah, they can keep the feud going. Let's move on.
Okay, I'm going to say Samoa Joe wins, but AJ retains. I think AJ Styles snaps one more time.
Yeah.
And just beats the hell out of Samoa Joe. And honestly, how is this not a Hell in a Cell match?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's like you've got two perfect matches that are great for Hell in a Cell. Yeah. I understand why the Universal title is Hell in a Cell. But you got two other matches that are perfect for Hell in a Cell, and you're just like, nah, let's not do it. How much does it cost to lower the cell? How much, Vince? Because that makes no sense to me.
It's only two matches that's Hell in a Cell.
Only two, and one of them just is like, it's just there for novelty.
Yeah, it kind of is.
One of them is there for novelty. The other one makes sense. But you've got Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, no Hell in a Cell. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, where Samoa Joe is invoking the name of your family each and every time he gets.
And it's not Hell in a Cell.
And that's not a Hell in a Cell match?
It's just a match. Yeah.
Moving on to the last match. God bless it. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. Okay. Woman.
Okay.
You okay?
No, but okay.
You want to woo-side for a second?
Just go.
Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. Interrupting me with your groaning. Damn.
I know it's a reason.
So, The Miz ends up getting the win over Daniel Bryan this past SummerSlam with the help of Maurice and a pair of brass knuckles. The follow-up to this is an intergender tag match between Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella and The Miz and Maurice. Maurice hasn't been in a ring in a few months. Technically, before then, it was WrestleMania, and it's been almost 7 years since she's been in the ring. Brie Bella, up until her recent run with Raw and I think a match on SmackDown, she hasn't been in the ring in 3 years. So we get them. We get Daniel Bryan and The Miz. So this is like a weak facsimile of what we want in Daniel Bryan versus The Miz but it's a stopping point to something much bigger. So I'll allow it. I'm okay with it. I don't want it, but I'm okay with it. So just who you got, King Dead?
I mean, they both, like, have a chance to win at this, but I'm gonna say Daniel Bryan and Brie Mo get one back.
Okay, here's why I said in the beginning. You can't do Brie mode, and that is your finisher, and get your ass kicked. Not only that, how do you F up a suicide dive? Explain that.
Oh my God, those
Nobody can explain that?
Not once, but twice in the same match.
Please explain it. Not only that,
It's like,
you get
damn.
hold on. Not only that, you get a hold of Maurice. Okay, we're waiting for you to get a hold of Maurice to do something to her. You just throw her ass back in the ring. I mean, there's a steel ladder. There's a post. There's the barricade with the. I'm just confused. But I do agree. I don't think they're gonna just. I don't know. You know what? Just Daniel Bryan and Brie. Okay. I'm done ranting.
You feel better?
Not really, but okay. We're gonna move on.
Okay, you sure? You want some water?
Nope. What's your prediction?
You want to hold on to my teddy?
No,
teddy
I
bear?
don't. Nope.
You don't?
I will probably cut the head off.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So-
damn. First of all, you stay away from Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
You stay away from Teddy. I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan and Brie.
Yeah.
And I think this actually will be worse for Daniel by having won this match. Because, like, the Miz now has it in his head. It's like, okay, you can't beat me one-on-one, but you can beat me with your wife at your side.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
So this will make the Miz the absolute worst person on the mic for the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, I got Daniel Bryan versus the Miz. That's going to be my pick. There's nothing more to say about this match. It's just going to be a match.
And again, no, move on.
Now, at the time of this recording, there are no pre-shows announced. There most likely will be some. And if you're listening to this and you are in our predictions pool, chances are it might be added into the survey that you're going to get to choose for your picks for the pay-per-view. I'll make sure to get those up. I will be out of town during the weekend, so I'll probably get them all up by Monday with the results, so don't worry about that. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm on my job. But with that being said, I'm gonna read this out. You cool with that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me read this out.
Go for it.
As always, you can catch our podcast on iTunes, link in the description below, or at the website at HEELKAIJU.com. There you can find our shows, articles, and our merchandise to help keep the site up and running and to keep us providing you with content. You can also join the Kaiju Wrecking Crew by following us on our Twitter account at HEELKAIJU, where we'll provide any updates, developments, and insights. Thank you again for listening. And thank you again, King Dead, for joining us. You know we always appreciate you.
Love you, KD.
Oh, thank you.
And remember to keep smashing.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead. We haven't played off.
you know we can't leave the show without wishing my little handsome man, Cortez, a happy 2nd birthday.
Aw.
Happy birthday, Cortez.
Happy birthday.
Get off my ottoman.
Okay, now we can bounce. Toodles.
Deuces.
Later.